Okay, so there's a thing at the moment where television feels novelistic, like you can tell long stories now. Do you think television is a better medium than feature filmmaking?
Yes.
Really?
I do.
I love that you're doubling down on that.
Here's the truth. I don't think it's better.
Yeah.
But I do think that in the history of television and movies,
Yep.
it was sort of perceived as not even the, stepchild. It was a little bit lower than the stepchild. But I don't think that's true anymore.
If you've seen any of these shows, there's a reasonable chance that you've caught the work of Thomas Schlamme. He's most famous for teaming up with writer Aaron Sorkin on TV shows like Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, Sports Night, and yes, everyone's favourite fantasy White House, The West Wing.
Truth of it is, I got The West Wing and Sports Night script the same night. My agent, who was Ari Emanuel at the time.
The famous Ari Emanuel.
The famous Ari from Entourage. I called at 12:15 and I said, look, I don't know how you're going to do this, but I need to have a meeting with Aaron Sorkin immediately about both these projects. But as I've said often, my relationship grew with Aaron because of a blowjob. But it was Monica.
Please tell me more.
It was Monica Lewinsky. And
Oh.
West Wing was put on hold by NBC because they thought this wasn't the appropriate time to, by the way, this is the way my actors felt on West Wing. They just walked in circles most of the time. So I just want to acknowledge that.
CJ, Charlie, Toby, Bill Haley. Can't remember your name, but are you asking me out on a date?
If you read an Aaron script, there's energy in his words.
Just the energy.
In reading it, there is an energy. And so I remember reading it, I realized, why am I moving while I'm reading his script? I should be sitting, because I was just so genuinely excited. And I had been fortunate enough to have spent 2 nights in the White House, unrelated to West Wing, before West Wing. Spent 2 nights at the Lincoln bedroom during the Clinton administration.
Did you steal any towels?
Oh, here's what I didn't steal, which was
That's a good way of
the
starting.
Gettysburg Address, which was in the room that we slept in.
No.
Yeah. So I wasn't thinking about the towel. I was thinking, there's the Gettysburg Address. That's, if we're going to steal something, let's take that.
Do you reckon they'd notice it if we took it?
Yeah,
Probably
it's
not.
But I remember sitting there with my wife and my son, and I remember George Stephanopoulos coming out, and Cisneros, and the Secretary of Agriculture, and people were moving. Now, for all I know, they were ordering lunch. But from my point of view, it just looked like they were juggling the most important things and nothing could fall. Everything was up in the air and moving around. And I just remember that. And I thought, can I translate that?
I will kill people today, Leo. I will kill people with this cricket bat, which was given to me by Her Royal Majesty Elizabeth Windsor, and then I will kill them again with my own hands.
If you could change anything about the way we make TV right now, what would you change?
The amount of intervention that studios and networks have creatively on television.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they get so hit with so many notes that they don't quite remember what their instincts were anymore.
I think she was talking to me there, Dexter.
So, did I answer that question?
I think you
I've been
did.
walking so much, I'm exhausted.
Ah.
I'm exhausted at the present time.
So-
And Miles here, he's got this big piece of equipment that he has to carry around.
I'm amazed that, I was just saying before, I'm amazed this is the first time anyone's ever made him do the walk and talk.
So much more interesting, right? That was so much more interesting. See, Miles just went, that was totally his creative instinct.
Aaron wrote basically everything for up until a certain point. Does that
No, he
produce
did.
a pressure on the show when it is all down to one person to turn us out?
Yeah, it did put a pressure on the show, but a pressure that we all celebrated because we got Aaron scripts.
To a point though, he did leave at a certain point, didn't he?
Yeah, after the 4th year, we both left, and I think some of that was pressure from Warner Brothers. The numbers were going down and they were putting more pressure, and the cast had no idea the day that we told the cast, and it happened like that.
You're relieved, Mr. President.
I remember it well. It was felt, the visual language, the voice of the show shifted a lot. From a viewer's standpoint, it felt like it shifted a lot. How was it for you to watch this show that you'd spent so long
Well, here's the deal. I happen to be very good friends with Larry David, and Larry said, never watch the show again.
Yeah.
Because there's only 2 things that can happen, and they're both bad. Either they've killed your baby, or it's better. And both ways, you'll feel horrible.
Whatever.
Right now, if two people crossed that way, right in front of that lens, that shot would be 2 times more dynamic. I'm telling you, the dynamics of that shot is foreground crosses.
Hold on. Wow, we're running out of people.
Just cross right as he's going across, but near the lens. Yeah, there you go. See that? Now you'll see that. You'll see that that was much more interesting, and that's why. There you go. Second ADs hate me because I'm like, just put 2 extras right here and walk with you, and then you're just following him.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And then
felt the drama.
that's it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
so simple.
I'm gonna cue in
So
some
simple.
Snuffy Walden music, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, Snuffy Walden. That was more interesting. Mark, a pleasure.
Pleasure
A
to
pleasure.
talk
Yeah,
to you
it was
too.
great. It was great.
You're just gonna direct us on the way out.
Really good, Miles. You got a future in this business, I'm telling you.
That's on tape.
All right.